In this video, I'm using modded divinity classes to shock and freeze my enemies in ways they never thought possible. The overhauled Aerotheurge class has gained the ability to make enemies conductive, then bounce electricity off them so their friends can get zapped as well. The overhauled Hydrosifist class doesn't just inflict chilled and frozen now, it goes all the way to hypothermia to inflict bonus damage over time and reduce their resistance to my attacks. And once I feel like I know how the new classes work, I have a pretty unusual strategy that I'd like to experiment with. The Aerotheurge class overhaul adds conductive, which makes it so that you can spread the damage of electricity spells if you make one of the enemies conductive first. So I want to use teleportation to group up as many of them as possible so that I can let the lightning arc off of them. So the way it works is you target one enemy to make them become conductive. These spells that I have grouped up here all interact with the conductive state. So this one, for example, when I shoot it at somebody, it bounces from him to the next person, which is a really satisfying way to use lightning because that's kind of what you expect when you're using a lightning type build. You want to have more of that chain lightning, the forked lightning, all the lightning. I'm going to use Uncanny Evasion so that I can try and avoid some damage from this guy. Ooh. That'll increase his accuracy. He'll probably still miss most of his shots, though. Dazing Bolt has a pretty interesting conductive because it says that enemies that are hit with the conductive effect become dazed. It reduces air resistance, but it also increases AP costs by 1, which is kind of insane. So I'm going to use it on the conductive guy here. And now right here, he's got the dazed status effect. So it costs 1 extra AP for every action, which that kind of sounds overpowered to me. I would hate it if enemies used that back on me, but I'm pretty sure the mod actually gives access to all the abilities to my enemies. So technically they could try to use this on me at some point. It's probably just a little unlikely. Okay, Volt Assault says that it creates an electrified steam cloud around conductive enemies. So I'm just gonna do 2 on the conductive enemy and then 1 on the guy next to him. So did the electrified aspect of the steam cloud just go immediately into stunning this guy? I mean, that's pretty cool still. It allows you to apply shocked with the ability and then also apply stunned because of the cloud. All right, let's get Sabile in here. I put the Gloves of Teleportation on Sabile since grouping enemies up is really good for both of these classes, so that should help out quite a bit. And I didn't actually check the resistances. Oh, they take a ton of damage from water spells, so this should be great. Okay, I don't really think this is a good idea, but I just want to do it because this new Trident slide ability that you get from the new Trident weapons that have been added to the game is just really cool. It knocks enemies away, so I think it's going to scatter them so they're not grouped anymore, but that's a risk I'm willing to take. Okay, it doesn't bump them too far. That is pretty cool. I really like that, riding the Trident over. Just like how the Trident weapon has a special ability, the Storm Hammers here have this Thunder Slam too, which is pretty cool. It says that it forks up to 2 times to enemies within 5 meters. So I'm gonna try hitting the guy in the middle and see if it forks both ways. I don't know if it's more of a bounce or an actual fork. Oh, it hit them all. Okay, perfect. I can also summon this new Wind Elemental. So I'm gonna get that into the battlefield. And then I'll just use Haze on all 3 of them because it reduces air resistance, so it'll take more damage.
The flames! Douse the flames!
So both of these abilities do extra effects to nearby enemies when you hit somebody who's conductive. So I'm going to definitely target 1 on this guy, but I think that's going to kill him. Maybe? This one says it does 18 to 21, so maybe I can hit him with this and it won't finish him, so I can... No, he's dead. Okay, that's fine. With the air resistance debuff, it was too much. So I think the only other ability that I have that puts the conductive status effect on is Shocking Touch, which I have to get up close to somebody. And if I use 2 action points to get over there and 2 more on him, there's a chance that he'll just die. So I might as well just cast and finish him off. Then I'll use Vaporize to finish him, and this fight's pretty much over because we have the next 1, 2, 3, 4 turns in a row. So we have pretty much taken care of this one, no problem. I'll see what the basic attack looks like for the summon. That did 53? That's a lot. Now I need to try out the new hypothermia mechanic, and I decided to try it on Radeka. Sabile has the Elemental Affinity talent, which lowers the cost of Hydrosifist spells by 1 if I'm standing in water. So I'm really incentivized to try and set up the area I'm in as much as possible by casting rain a bunch of times to cover the floor. Elemental affinity makes a pretty big difference because I've got these spells that would cost 2 action points, but all I have to do is step over into the water, and now they just cost 1 instead. When using rain, you don't actually need to cast it on a bunch of different locations. You just cast it on the same place over and over again, and the water will just slowly spread out to cover all the surfaces. All right, it looks like I have pretty much everything coated in water now. I'll cast rain one more time just to make sure it fills out any of the gaps, but it has extended all the way out to here by now. So the fight looks like I'm ready to go. I'm not really too interested in giving Radeka a great chance to fight back, so I'm just going to start off by casting on her from far away and get the fight started that way. Radeka summons a bunch of things to help her. It's 1 against like 8 right now. 7 maybe. 1, 2. It's 1 against 8 right now. But I'm going to see how well Sabile can handle this herself because I have everything covered in water. And really the biggest issue is these bugs that have ranged spit attacks on me. And eventually these zombies will get up to me. Because of elemental affinity, even though I only have 3 action points left, I can actually cast 3 abilities. And I managed to get these 2 bugs grouped up closely enough that I think I can hit both of them if I have just the right spot. There we go. All right, I'll use Winter Blast to freeze this area. Okay, so there's Hypothermia. Hypothermia is dealing 5 to 7 damage per turn, and it reduces water resistance. That's pretty cool. I'm into that. All right, we got 2 frozen. Oh, I didn't have Fane do his job. A little slow. We'll see if it works out. Oh, they already have almost taken their turns. Oh, well. Oh, it has Stratus Walk because she has favorable wind aura, so it's not actually walking on the surface. I got outplayed. I got outplayed by Radeka. Every time I've ever fought Radeka, she always just loves to stand up here. I don't really know why. It feels like this is just like her favorite spot to be. Great, cool. This carrion beetle in the back is probably going to die to hypothermia, and the other one got healed, but it is frozen. It's got hypothermia, so we're in good shape there. Let's try it correctly this time. I'll cast Bless on the water to start the spread. Then I'll end my turn once it looks like it's about to get to the zombies. There we go. Yay, there's the damage. I know it's not much, but that's still pretty satisfying to have them take damage walking around. And I can use my healing spells to do physical damage to them now. So they've already taken a little bit. Yeah, hypothermia took it out. That's awesome. I really like that. Oh, this guy has a long walk. He's taking a lot of damage. He's going to be super hurt by the time he gets here. Now I'm going to try to use my Trident Slide to get right in the middle of the zombies and deal some damage. Now I'll use Arctic Blast to damage everybody around me, and it does more damage based on my magic armor, so maybe I'll use Armor of Frost on myself first, just to get a little bit of a boost from that. You know what? I'm going to start with Harsh Current because it makes enemies wet, and Arctic Blast inflicts chilled, so I can make sure that they're all frozen by the end of my turn. So I'll pull all of them in, bounce them back out. Oh, they're all just gonna die. This is pretty wonderful. Being able to slide into the middle on the Trident, suck everybody in, blast them out, freeze them all. I actually almost died during that. I don't really know how to get Sabile to survive here other than to bless her to get rid of decaying and see if she can heal herself enough to not be dead. But she does have some pretty good healing abilities and she can use both of them. So she'll start decaying again pretty soon, which will be a problem, but that's just a problem for later. I just need her to survive until at least Fane's turn and see if he can maybe stun some enemies or thin the crowd out a little bit. It really helps when the AI decides to target my full health, full armor character instead of going for the weak and vulnerable Sabile. And, you know, don't worry about the floor. It's just divinity things. This is perfectly expected. No cause for concern. Hey, I wanted to try something that I'm going to call Cheese the Channel. All you have to do is finish this sentence in the comments. If Fane had an OnlyFans, he would end every stream by... All right, just please keep it PG-13-ish, and I'll pin whichever comment has the most likes. Now's the part of the video where I get up to absolute nonsense and do something that I can't believe it's taken me this long to do, if I'm being honest. All right, this is my Blue Bulb Tower of Death. I am going to use this to absolutely butcher all of Captain Sexapor's mates. There's some salamanders in my way first. All right, I'm just gonna have Sabile keep them busy and group them up, and they're doing most of the work for me, which is very kind. And now that they're all grouped up, it's time to see what my Blue Bulb Tower of Death can really do. All right, I'll just throw it into the middle. Oh, that's so many numbers. Oh, they're all shocked. Wait, is one of them dead? No, it's still alive. It's just not shocked. That was so much damage. Okay, that's amazing. I should have done that in my other series. Maybe I still will. Maybe there's still bulbs that I can find in Act 3, because I love this a lot, and it's so easy to move around. You just stack them all up and they all go together. Thank you, Captain Sexapor, for summoning some test subjects for my blue bulb. I really appreciate it. Okay, let's teleport you over there. Let's grab you and put you right here. And let's move my blue bulb death tower. Oh my gosh. That is amazing. This is like one of the best things I've ever seen. It instantly stuns them. It's just so much electricity. That's, oh man. This is so OP. Wait, did I get any experience for that? I don't get any experience when I kill things like that. Literally no experience. That's maybe a problem, but I'm pretty okay with it in this instance. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Invading.